Hello, I'm back, and I just got done watching I just got done watching Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, Season 2, Episode 1. I apologise for the camera flickering in and out of focus. My setup isn't quite ready, so I've been away for a while since Picard ended. Picard at this point seems like quite the show compared to what I've just witnessed. Now, look, my review for Season 1, Episode 1 is probably one of my most viewed videos on my channel. That's mainly because it was a new show, and probably because I didn't very much like it, because I said at the beginning of my video, yeah, but you missed the point. And my reason for saying that was, yes, they really did miss the point of Star Trek. Now, I don't know, throughout this entire episode, I had this one thought that was going through my mind over and over again with every new scene that I saw. And I am going to talk about some of those scenes. So there will be spoilers ahead. So you've got a spoiler warning. Spoilers ahead. And that is, this doesn't feel like it's written by writers. This feels like a kid sitting there playing with action figures, making them do stuff that kids would make them do. Sort of like the dialogue is terrible. Okay, the everything's overacted and over dramatized. I open, for example, and I'm not going to go through an episode breakdown. I'm not going to do that, but there are some things I really want to talk about here. It's the captain's log. Okay, the captain's log in any Star Trek show has always seemed so natural, even though you are talking to a computer. You're making a log entry. It feels like in this show, someone's sitting there reading the lines, and it's both robotic and it seems like they're kind of bored. The other thing that occurred to me is everyone overacts. Now, this could just be someone really caring about the original, the tone of the original series. Everyone was over. Everyone overacted because it was the 60s. It was a different time. Everyone overacted, and it was kind of funny and kind of goofy. I don't know whether they're paying tribute to that, but it just isn't working in a modern show. The episode is, everything is over dramatized. Even the tone of the show, the pace of the episodes, it's like there's no build up. People the writers have just gone, intense emotional scene, intense emotional scene, intense emotional scene, without linking any of it together. It's so bizarre. I'll be honest with you and up front before I start going into the stuff that I've gone. I've made notes. It's been a while since I've made notes. The episode, it's just, I was begging this episode to finish, to stop, to end, because I was A, bored, B, I was cringing at almost every turn. And the other point I wanted to make, I suppose, with regards to my Strange New Worlds Season 1 reviews, was that I am woefully out of touch with original Star Trek. Okay, I watched it when I was a kid. I haven't gone back and rewatched it since, and incidentally, I have not gone back and watched Strange New Worlds Season 1 again. I watched none of it again. I watched it the once, gave you the review, and that's it. That's all I've done. But I was begging for this episode to be over, and there was probably a ton of things that I've missed. Okay, a ton of things that I'm not going to talk about, or that I've just missed because I don't get the references. I'm not that heavily up on the original series. But I know that this, so far, this show is not good. It's better than Discovery. It's miles better than Discovery, but a A punch to the face with this remote would be miles better than Discovery. But it's not a good show. I don't remember Star Trek ever being this dramatic. Every episode has to be like this epic movie. They had, compressed into one episode, they had a season's worth of material that if they actually filled in the gaps and used and spread it out across the season, I think it would make a damn fine season. That one episode. And it was massively derivative in other ways. So a couple of things. Again, I'm not going to break their plot down. This is not me doing that. I'm not interested. I was barely able to hold it together enough to watch the episode. I think I would fall asleep doing this video if I gave you the full episode breakdown. So a couple of key things that happen. Spock needs to steal the Enterprise from Space Dock or Space Dock 1 or Space Station 1 or whatever the hell it's called. It's he has to steal the Enterprise because Lieutenant Noonien Drummer, Lieutenant Noonien Singh, our favourite belter, is in trouble. And she's on a planet in Klingon space. And we get to see the Klingons that have been fixed somewhat. And I'm just going to make one point about the Klingons in this episode. They, like I say, they have been fixed from Discovery era and those abominations. But do you remember like the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and all the Star Trek shows? The Klingons that were characterized and they had lines, the actors that played the Klingons that had the lines, 90% of them acted like Klingons. They were really, stoic and really sort of hearty. And these Klingons, the actors seem like they're just picking up a paycheck. It's so weird, and I can't put my finger on why. But it seems like they've just got really terrible actors to play the Klingons. So Spock has to steal the Enterprise with the crew on board. There's a new chief engineer, and she's super annoying. And I don't know who plays her, and I don't know the actress. I've probably seen her before, but I'm not sure. She comes aboard again. I'm not really interested. I don't really give a shit. Spock's got to steal the Enterprise with the crew, and there's a whole funny scene. I'm sure it was funny for someone, but it wasn't funny for me, and it was really stupidly done. They do the mockery of the line, and they're like, "Oh, every captain's got a line. You've got to say the line when you want the ship to go. What do you want to say?" This captain says, "Booyakasha!" And this captain goes, "Let's go." And this captain goes, "Let's fly. What's yours gonna be, Mr. Spock?" And he replies, "I need a line, and everybody's got a line, and it's a..." And he says, "I would like the ship to go now." I swear at one point, Ortega? Oh God. She says to Spock, "No PRESH. No PRESH. There's no PRESH." No pressure. No pressure. Sure. No pressure. I used about 1/4 of a second extra to finish the fucking word. No pressure. No pressure. People in Star Trek don't talk like this. It drives me up the goddamn wall. They don't talk like this. Humans have evolved language, mentality. They have matured. They have become more than they were. They don't say PRESH. No PRESH. And why do they call it tech? Technology. You watch Star Trek, everybody spoke, using a proper fucking vocabulary. My vocabulary is shit. I mince my words and fuck them up all the time. But then again, I'm not from the future. I don't have those standards. I'm a poxy little YouTuber with a camera phone. Nobody in the world of Star Trek says no PRESH. I noted down the transporter chief looks about 12. Please, sir, can I beam your board? There's some really weird camera angles in this episode as well, and the way things are filmed, things are flipped upside down and left and right, and the ship goes upside down, so people on the bridge must go upside down, and oh god, it made me feel nauseous. It really made me feel nauseous. There's one point at Dr. Mbenga and Nurse Chapel have been taken captive by renegade Klingons who are looking to start a war with some humans that are also looking to start a war, because a war needs to happen. And this is why I say the episode could have been made into several episodes, or perhaps an entire season, because for whatever reason they have a Federation starship that they've built. These Klingons have built a Federation starship or salvage ship and scrap or something, and Mbenga and Chapel are taken prisoner when they're looking for La'an Noonien Singh, and then Mbenga and Chapel take the super serum that may or may not have been in the previous season, that I can't remember because I've only seen it once and I don't really care, and they take the injection with the thing in the neck and with the hyperspray, and then they become Klingon kicking monsters, you know, and they go around knocking Klingons out left, right and centre, and oh my god, Mbenga looks like Blade. They dressed him up like Blade. They dressed him up like Blade. Oh god. He looks like Blade. Oh god, and there was so much slow motion in this episode. Oh god, this was terrible. This was horrible. It was so bad. Everything was slow mo, and of course you got to have the old JJ red debris because everything he does is red. You know, he's got everything, all of this stuff, JJ stuff, and all of the secret hideout stuff. There's always red matter, red this, red moon, red asteroids, red chunks of friggin' rock in space, because they're iron. They're iron rich, so they're red and they look like crystals. I mean, oh god, this is so stupid. It's honestly the whole episode was like it was play acted by children. We're, you know, reading a script that was written by children and was as far removed from Star Trek as you can get. I mean, I wanted to be fair. I was trying to be fair in season 1, and I was trying to, you know, show that, you know, that there was potential for change there, and there was potential for change. God, it was so bad. It was so bad, and I don't know. Maybe I got too used to praising Picard, because Picard is so much better than the drivel I've just watched. It was not engaging at all for me as a Star Trek fan. At all. And, you know, I know I'm going to get some hatred in the comments. Oh, you don't know what Star Trek is. Oh, are you kidding? It was amazing. It was fantastic. That's fine. You know, genuinely, from in here, that's great. If you enjoyed it, fantastic. This is my opinion. This is my channel. This is my video. This is what I'm telling you is wrong with this episode, and wrong with Star Trek in so many ways now. I mean, Picard season 3 was like, you know, slightly above all the bullshit, and it still had ties to the bullshit, but it was above the bullshit. This show was straight back down again. The episode ends with a reveal that there's a Gorn attack ship, and Starfleet's facing a war with Gorn. But they were facing a war with the Klingons, some Klingons wanted a war, and some humans wanted a war, so they tried to start a war with a copy Federation starship, and Spock ends up drinking with some Klingons, drinking blood wine with some Klingons, because, you know, why not? Why not? My God, I mean, I will try and get through this season of this show. I cannot make any guarantees at this point. But if the first episode is anything to go by, I, for one, really hated it. It was terrible. It was badly filmed, badly written, badly acted, badly directed. And quite frankly, I think far too over-dramatized. Nobody talks like a person from Star Trek. They all talk like they're from now, you know. This video is not helped by the current temperature in this room, and in England in general, we seem to be going through a bit of a heat wave, and we're not used to it, bless us. We're really not used to it. That's not my red mood light. That's just outside on fire. If you like the video and you like the review and you found it mildly entertaining, then please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. But remember, when it comes to that subscription, it does help me out, but there's no PRESH. There's no pressure. I will be back, sadly, for the next episode of Strange New Worlds. Until then, you look after yourselves. You look after one another. Please look after one another. Oh, not a good start. Hopefully it does get better, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Look after yourselves. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
I need the silence, stop the violence of the war in my head. Time's the healer, the eraser of all done and said. And as I fall back to my shelter, I know I'll only find peace in your smile.